Hey guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know. All right, so today we will use Zoom and also might be YouTube if you don't have the Zoom, and you can use YouTube. But most likely I am going to just go through you guys' website, and I will check how you guys build it and give you some suggestion. And also if you need my help, you can let me know. All right, so yeah. So let me just check one of the student, like player one. He already give me his website, so I'm going to just go to his website and take a look at his website. All right, and if you have your website on, and you can put it in the chat box, or you can go to Discord and then put it in the chat box. So you can put it either in general, or you can put it in the Tuesday, like the Tuesday class, or yeah, either way you want. Just let me know you have it. Okay, now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to his website, but let me refresh. Something long here, and let me see what's long. So usually it in this case and doesn't show up anything. It is most likely is because there's some file didn't load correctly. So what I'm going to do is just go to the network, and I will refresh it again, and I will see there's something wrong here. Let's see. So JPEG and the style homes. Okay, so that's the style homes. Doc CSS is long. I don't know why, but yeah. So obviously it's not looking good. And there's two files is not available. One is the CSS file. It looks like it's not working. And I may just go to his GitHub. Like just go to GitHub. And also at the meantime, you guys should join the Zoom, and so I can hear you guys. So let me just if you I also share from the Zoom. If you are using the Zoom, and you can just use the Zoom instead of the YouTube. All right, so okay. And also if you are using the let me see all right, so hey guys, if you are finished your website, please let me know, and you can join the Zoom and show me your website, and I will go through it, and I will give you some suggestion, or if you have any question, please let me know. Okay. And if not, and I might be doing something else. Hello. Hey, son.
My index.html into the GitHub site.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just started it, like playing around with the bootstrap yesterday. I didn't put that much, but do you want me to show it to you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, I'll just share my screen since I can't. Like the URL won't work. I'll just share my screen so then you can see that.
All right.
Okay, here. Can you see?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So right here it's I just made the title thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Down here I had like these two other things that lead to other pages. Well, I want to know how I can put more of a space in between them.
Right now I just see a folder here, and could you wrote your
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Wait. Hold. Let me try again.
Okay.
Now it should work. Can you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So I have these two things, right? These two.
Right.
I wanna know how to like put spaces between them.
Oh, okay. So if you want to put a space, there are a couple of there might be two ways. The one is like you put the in the style sheet, you put the margin. There's something called margin. So if you go to the your Visual Studio Code.
Okay. Oh, it's taking a while to load.
Yeah, no worry. So so at the meantime, you just load up your file, and I will let you know a couple of options you can make the gap between more space between them, and the dummy way is like you add a space, right? But in HTML, if you add the space, it doesn't show up. So, but they usually
it doesn't read spaces.
They have the spaces. Okay. But the spaces with the some HTML character. So I'm going to show you on that way, and you can add the space with the real space character. But right now I want you just add the margin between them. Like what you did here is already you put the H1 over there, right? Between your H1 and hold on, you just go back to the
right here, H1, right?
Yeah. Is it from that one, or you scroll down a little bit?
Oh yeah.
You scroll down all the way.
Here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably you put it here. So yeah, you can remove the H1 and the open H1 and the close H1. You can remove them. This 51 line 51 there's no use. So right now you have both of them. Like the first one is the checks. The second, no, the first one is about, the second one is checks, right? So you want to put some margin between them, and that's why you can on the no, don't type. Just remove that, and you put in the how about you just put it in the inside the anchor tab, inside the anchor tab, not the close one, the first one.
Here?
Yeah, here. And you just type space, class name. Oh, just class, sorry, just class.
Oh, okay.
Equal, and now just space, yeah, give it a name, like maybe just call menu item, or just type any name, like menu, yeah, menu item. So you put the same thing in the chest.
Oh, and then okay, and then that will help me create the space.
Yeah, it will help you. Just do class, and then equal. Yeah. A bit. Yep. They put more space, and now you just go to like, let's just go just up there, and then just up to the menu, up here, and let's just add one tag called style. So how to put the style? You just like less than STYL style.
Where would I put that?
You can put it just between the head.
Okay, here.
Yeah, you can put it there. Yeah. And less than.
Oh, less than.
Yeah. No. Just the site less than. Like you type the link. Like that's less than. The less than symbol. Yeah. No. Go back there.
Oh, the minus sign, right? Or this one, or like this.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. The less than one. Less than. Not greater one. Less than.
Oh, this one.
Yes. Style. ST. Why the second one? Yeah, that one. And then you just greater than. Yep. And now hit enter. Yeah. Here you just, because we just define a class name, right? So you just put a dot. Yeah, and menu item, which is the class name. And now you put the brace, curly brace. Yes, and now you hit enter. And now inside here you just put how about just margin? Just margin. No, margin. Yeah. Now how about we put 5 pixel or 4 pixel? Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah. Now you can save it and go back to save. And now you go back to the your website, and here, refresh, and now you got the space. You just define the margin. Like
so you like created a new object named item menu, right? And then you make that menu item like a certain number of pixels, and that accesses the space between the two, right?
Yeah. Now.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you just like you put the margin around it. But sometimes you might just saying, I just want to put the margin on my left side. So you can do margin hyphen left. Then if you do the margin just left side. So, but here it really doesn't matter, because you just want a margin around it and it will work. And then if that's
all
the way.
All I have to do is just make sure to put class equals like whatever object that is the space before the. Yeah, and then it creates it.
Yeah, okay, that is one other way to do it, because you can put class, or you can directly put the style attribute inside the like the class. You just switch to the style and equal and space, and then you put the margin column 5 pixel inside there. But since you are going to define the margin for a few menu, right? So it's better to have a class name, and then now you can have about, and then you have a chest, and you might have home, something like that. So you all put them class menu over there, and then you get the same margin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, good.
All right, I'm gonna turn off my microphone.
Okay. All right, so anyone want to have show your website, or and you can talk to me through the Zoom. Okay. So yeah, just go back to the what we in HTML. Usually you guys want to have some like some space or something like different things, right? So there's something called HTML computer code. Let's see, like space, like a tab or something, and they will do like this way. I'm gonna show you guys like symbol. So you go back to W3 Schools, there's HTML symbols. So these symbols you can do this way with the and symbol here, or you can do this way, the number way, or you can do this way, either way. And it will show you the special character. And for example, they might have a space here. Let me see if they have it. Okay, this website would show you all the HTML character code, and if you want to like have the, I don't know what it is, but yeah, like if you want to have some special character and it doesn't show up in your HTML, you would go to Google it. So for example, if you want to have this chart character, and you can do either way, like the numeric code or the name code. And also for the space, they should have the space here, space, and then you can do this space. It's called non-breaking space. So what you need to do, I'm going to show you what does it mean. Like for example, I'm going to load up my Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to show you what does it mean. And also go to my my Chrome, and now in my Chrome I'm going to open my index.html. So for example, if I want to put some space in front of my hello world, so usually if you put space like this, it won't work. If you go to my hello world, like here, if I put space here, usually it won't work. So my hello world doesn't work. So but in this case, you can go use the HTML character. and that's why I put one character, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space, and 6 space. Now I save it and I go back here. If I refresh, so there's some space here. Okay, so that's the way to put some special character. And of course you can do a lot of character, including the copyright and the copyright. So yeah, which usually every website need a copyright, and then you can do copyright. For example, you put copyright here, copyright here, copyright here, and now you refresh and it will show up copyright.
I have a question.
Yes, what's your question?
For example, like you want a section, you want the section's background to be like an image. How do you do that?
Yeah, sure. So for example, right now, for example, I want the number 2 here has a background. Okay, so I want number 2 here, or you can do the body, whatever you want. So like for example, I want the whole body. They have the background image. So what you need to do is just like, for example, you can give it a class name, or you can just directly go to the same thing like the style between here, right? And you type body. This body doesn't have a dot because it's not a class name. And now you would again have a brace, and now you do background image. Okay, so in the background image, and you can have the local image, or you can have the image from the internet, like in my body, and I am putting the URL and parenthesis inside here. I put the URL. So I'm going to look for the an image for it. So let's say oh, I have some image here because I have some image here, right? For example, I copied this image, one of my favorite image, and I go back here. It's background image and URL. So I paste my image URL here, and now I refresh, and now my whole body have the background image. Okay.
Thanks.
And yeah, but since the size, sometimes you want it to fit into your your block, and then you can say background size color, so it will make it exactly fit into the your background, okay. So that's one of the trick. Or they have different things like cover or content, or you can try them, but they just have different things to make the picture to fit into the your background. Okay, that's one of the way to do. The other way is like you put the image inside. You just put the image inside here, and I know you already know how to do that, and that's one of the way to do that. But that's the easy way, like the back body, and then you put a background image, and now you put a URL here. If it's a local, and you just type the image name, and then it will show up on your background. All right, so anything else? Okay, Walker said JavaScript and the Zoom ID. Yeah, you got the Zoom ID. Okay, so yeah, that is the way to put the background. Like you have a background on here, but sometimes you might want to put a background on just a small one of the small things like these things. So you can do what you can do is like you go back to that piece of block and you put the name there, a class name. Example, that block is number 3. So let me just go to the number 3 and column block number 3. So I may just look for my block. So for example, I have a block here and I have the background image color is green, but if you remove the background color, you just mention background image, and now you put URL, and now you just go look for a URL for that, or you can have your local URL. So you just copy the URL and put it inside here. Now after that, you just refresh and you should have the background image on all the blocks, like all of them with the same image. And if I want the size to be covered, now if you try its best to fit into the block, and that's how you put the background image in a block, like this block. So that's one of the way to do the background image, or the other way is you can just directly put an image here to fill it up. Okay, so just remember one trick, like just put image, background image, and URL, and then you put the URL inside the parentheses. And if you want it to be fit, and you should have background hyphen size and color. And now, and anything with this class name called block, or whatever name you name it, with this one it will have the same background and they will load the same image. In this case, we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them have the same background image. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. Okay, so that's the way to do. And if you have any question, just let me know, and you can ask from the chat box or from the Zoom. At the meantime, yeah, I think you guys continue working on your website. And in your website, you just, what you need to do is just like you should design your website, a topic, and what your website is going to do. Or you should have some picture, image, and show up in your website. Like probably there's one way you should know. You don't have to have this kind of URL this long. You can put it into your own project. For example, you can download the project, the image from, and put it into your project. Like for example, I download one image, like called Minecraft, which I am playing right now. So I have this image that seems too big. All right. So I just download this image. I right click and save as, and put my image into here in my project. So I save it, and in my Visual Studio Code, it should be have an image here, right? Image here. So what you need to do is like in this block and between the URL, you can just remove them, and now you can put the local image name. Like you can here, you can copy the image name or you can rename it. How to rename it? Usually you just do right click and you found there's a rename here, so you rename it just like Minecraft. Okay, so Minecraft with the extension, you have to type the extension as well, because the extension will tell the computer what it is this file for. And for one of the format called JPEG is one of the image extension. So that's why I just put it here and put Minecraft.jpg. Okay, and I save it and go back here to my website, and I refresh, and you should have all the Minecraft and fill up as the background in your blog. Okay, yep, that's the way to put the background image into the blog you want to put that blog. So yeah, at the meantime, for because this class will be the last class of this term, so probably I won't continue for next Tuesday, and I might need to know what you guys think, and what should we go, how should we move forward, and should we go more on the Python with the CCC question, or we should go more on the making the website in JavaScript. So if you have any idea, please let me know.
Hi George. Want to hear what my opinion?
Yeah, sure.
Personally, I like how there we have like a balance between Python and what is it? And and with this JavaScript HTML. I think maybe going forward, well, it depends all on you what you find what you like teaching better. But I think this this HTML is JavaScript is fun. I think maybe the ratio could be like 3 to 2, Python 3, and you know, and then this 2, you know, maybe a bit more Python. I would say, but this I think I like this a lot too.
Yeah,
yeah. So thanks.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion, because yeah, I don't know what you guys think, because if you go with HTML things, it's more like building a website, and in your high school they might have a course to cover the JavaScript and the HTML, but in Python usually they will do with to do the competition in the CCC, which I want you guys to continue to work on that, because it will come for next year and you can take the text. And I'm not sure you guys have time to work on that this summer or not, because you should give yourself a little bit challenge and try to solve some problem. And again, if you have any question, and you can ask me during this summer. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
By the way, we only have like 7 minutes left for the Zoom meeting, so yeah.
Yeah, if it's end, I will just reopen it and you guys can join it again. And yeah, I have no idea, but But like if you guys, since you guys are intermediate level, I really suggest everyone can look up the menu. Like for example, if you have something you can't figure out, you should ask Google first. You go Google and try to look for the answer by yourself. And yeah, just type Google and most of people will have the same question and you will get the answer from the internet. And like most of the time I cannot remember everything. Like for example, if you want to learn HTML, you just go learn HTML. They will cover a lot of things. So usually you just spend like an hour or some, and you finish half of them or 3/4 of them, and that's enough for you to move forward. You don't have to finish all of them. So if you have the HTML and you learn a little bit of CSS, and you will have more feeling how to build a website. And again, and you come back for JavaScript, and I am not sure, most of you guys might not have the experience on JavaScript, but if you want, I can show you how to do that. And the other thing is like Python, and like in other class, I already covered most of the Python stuff. And Python is straightforward, doesn't have any syntax. Most of the syntax are pretty straightforward, and so I think you can just read it. And most of the thing is like you have some problem and you can't figure it out, so that would be another case. If you can't figure out, I would just suggest most of the time you just have something long on your typing and just the typo problem, and you might just remove one line or two line and see what happened. If or comment them out and like put a pound key here, and then you can comment them out, and with this trick, and most likely you can figure out what's wrong with which line, because usually you just because your typo is long. Like for example, you tie the I to 1 and then you make something long, and but you won't be able to figure out which one is long, and even you read the error message, you don't have any clue what's wrong with it. If that is the case, you just try to comment it out and see, oh, if you comment this line out and then it worked, so which means there should be some problem in this line. And that's one of the way to do the debug. It's a little bit dummy, but it's effective most of the time. And again, like in like using this kind of thing, this tool like the Visual Studio or Code or the PyCharm, and if you have any problem, and you might just go Google and see what the Google tell you about. And I want you guys to learn also might learn how to do the debug with the browser. Like for example, I have Chrome and I get something wrong with here, so you can do inspect, right click and inspect. Like for example, I can't figure out why my space between this block have some problem. You just right click to do the inspect, and it will show you. You click on here and on this tab, and they may show you like here they have the margin is 2. So you see they have the margin is 2, and if you go on here, you will find that there's a margin is 2, and you might remove this margin, and the margin will gone, and then you click on it and you come back again, and or you keep changing the margin here, and then you will figure out this kind of CSS value will affect the block in the HTML. So you can maintain them directly from the browser, and that's the one of the way to do the debugging in the website, in the HTML file. Okay. There's one thing you might be interesting is like in this day I try to figure out this software. It's called Strapit.io. So if you have time, you can install this Strapit.io. So what Strapit.io is, basically is called STR API, is string API.io. That is works like a database, but it's much more easier than the usually our database do. So what they do is like you can define some I will show you. Let me show you. Go to my website, my Strap API that you can download from your local. So let me see. So it's called Strap API. So I run the database in my Mac. So you see I can run the website, the whole website. So in this website, it just help you to create some table they call correction type. And what this one do is just like they can store the data inside here. Okay, I'm gonna restart my Zoom. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You can go with that and go with the tutorial and watch the tutorial how to just create a content type. For example, for this one, you are going to add, like for example, you are going to add create a new correction type. It's called books, and you continue. And now what you need to do, like for example, I have the book and I can have the choose this one, and I say book name, and you add another field, you add author, and then add another field, and then you add a day and just like choose daytime, just like publish day. Now you can finish it after you save the books, and you have some storage for the books. So let me click on these books, so you can add books here, like Harry Potter, and it's made by Alex, and publish day is June 1st. So I will save this one. You see that is one of the item I added, like in the Excel or the Google spreadsheet, and you can add it here. But the good thing is, like once you add it here, you can open public to the internet, and people can use the URL to get this data, and which means your web page, this web page can can get the data from your server, this server, like these books, and you can show up this one, and of course they can submit the image or submit some text in here. So, or you can create a content type called chat box, so people can exchange the message through your server, and then it will show up on your website. So you know that is like something in the middle, and they store the data in the server, and so you can exchange with them. And hopefully you understand this called Strap API. You can Google it, and if you have time, you can install it, and you go through the tutorial, and then you know how to create a server, and this server can help you to store the data. Okay.
So basically, you can like put in and retrieve data easier, right?
It is like I'm gonna show you this. Like I open the book to the public, like for example, like this book to the public, and I will select all. So since I put it in the public, and everyone can see my my data about my books, they can also look for it, or they can count for it, look at the count or update. So I just save this one, and then if I go back to the I go back here and I show you, I copy my URL, but of course this one is I haven't put it in the internet, but you just do books and see what happens. If you type this URL, you just get the book name, author, published date. Of course, it has created an update by default, and it will show you when it was created, and if you update, and it will be updated. And with this kind of format is called JSON, the JSON format. And usually your web page like this index HTML, it can load through the JavaScript. It can load this kind of thing, this data, and then with this data you can like put the like change different tags in your website. So hopefully you know what I'm talking about. For example, for the media library, you can upload the image here, or I upload my Minecraft image here, and then I upload to my library here. So again, if I want to show some image in my index here, like for example, I click on the button, you want to show that image, and then you click on it and you go to grab the URL from your media library, and it will show up on the on your website. Okay, so that is called the API. It's API. So if you play game, you know what is API mean, or you do the coding on the server, you know what API mean. And basically it's like it looks like this kind of URL. They can get some data, this kind of data, the data from the server, and then it will show up, and you need it because you will make your website is dynamic, right? You don't want your website is boring, just keep showing the same image again and again. But with the backend like this kind of thing, this kind of backend, and it will show different image based on the user to do different things. Like for example, if you go to the like the Facebook, and your friend is post different image, and it's not a static website, it's a dynamic website. So that's why they need a a back end, a server. So through this server, they will store the data in the back end, and now you can, once you go to your Facebook and you receive different text or image every day, because they keep changing the back end, the data in the back end. So yeah, if you have time, you can go through this website and install it, and I'm pretty sure it's not that hard. Let me see the installation. Yeah, for the installation, you just go through the first one called install from the command line, and yeah, and then you can do. Of course, you have to install these kind of things. Exactly. So, but anyway, I'm going to open my server, like this server. I will open in and put it in the Discord. And if you guys have any time, and you can log in my server and just make fun with it, and just create your content type or upload the media library. And if I have time, I can cover how to use this guy. So you can build something more fun than the static website, and you can have more content. Okay. All right. So.
Like a more responsive websites.
Yeah, but yeah, if like what you mean is a response is like you click a button and it show up something, or
I mean like it's not like set, like it's like, you know how like YouTube is like responsive, like so it's kind of like that, how it like gathers your data and then gives you like different results for videos.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You have to have a back end, like a back end, have somewhere to store your data. And then,
okay.
So you come over here and you're not going to just have that one HTML, not just this HTML, or everything is hard code. So your HTML should be changed by the JavaScript. But how the JavaScript is going to change it, because they should got the data from the backend, like from the backend server, and then you can change the your website accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but first of all, you need to know how to use the HTML to lay out your image, right? Or your text, and that's the way to the first step to do your things, and then you start to think about how to grab the data from like the server, like go back to Facebook server, and then it will show up those image in your web page, something like this. Yep. And yeah, like for example, if you want to build your own website, a simple one, so you just go wix.com. I'm not sure you heard about this one or not. It's more about for the designer, and then you just go to use Wix, and you can design a website for. Is that like most likely it just like it won't move, and the people use for like for their product or for their service. And but it is good for the designer, like they do the design here, and so they design it and then they put different image and make it really good. But the bad thing here is like it won't change because people cannot submit the things to your website, and then you got the data in your back end, and then it come back to show up in your website. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do a project in during this summer, like I mentioned before, and people can go to your go to the website, and then they can click on one of the button, and now they can upload an image to your server, and then the other people come, and then they can see this image, something like this. It's like a post, so everyone can have access and post their own image. So that's one of the project I want to do with you guys. Yeah, I'm not sure you guys have time to do that or not, but I will send a message out to your parents, and your parents will talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can say I put it in the Discord, and if you have time, you can just come and work with me on that project.
All right. Can you also send it in WeChat?
Yeah, I will turn it in WeChat and in the WeChat group to your parents. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure you guys what kind of topic you guys working on, and you can let me know if you have done with your website, and we can send a link URL to your parent. I really want to see if you guys making a progress and you need some help, and I want to make a decent website, and I can show to your parents and see if what did you guys got during this term.
I have a
Could
question.
you give some suggestions for mine?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And
I also have a question.
all right, what's your question?
So basically, when I want to have an image on like a page, so like the image is really big, and on my website it only shows like a corner of the image.
You have to change the margin then in the style, right?
So if it is, there are two ways, right? Like this way, if you're using this image a tag to show your image, and you should like here you should have the class name. Like here I put the class name, like the class, my class image. So my image is just like a class name. So what you need to do, you just define a width like 200 pixel, and height 400 pixel. It's up to you. The width and the height. Put it in a you define a class name. Like if you have this one. So are you using the image, this image?
No.
Or are you using the background?
I am using the background.
So if you're using the background, you should have this guy. Background size, background hyphen size, and column cover. If you put cover, if you try to cover exactly within this block, like within this block. Okay?
Cover?
Yeah, you put cover.
Okay, background.
What image did you choose, Jerry?
What? Oh, I chose the image.
Oh, I just chose a solid blue picture as a background, cause yeah.
But anyway, if your image is too big, you can just use to like someone like the pencil 2D, but I like using the GIF. So
Wait, could you show me the code again?
You mean the code?
Yeah, you gotta go to style and then other background.
Just background size. Background hyphen size. Usually in your Visual Studio Code, when you type, and it will automatically show up like background hyphen size and color, and then it will show. Try to match, this one. Also, if you really hate your image is so big, and you of course you can use the this kind of tool like GITHUB, and you just open it. Like for example, I open my Minecraft thing.
You want to add a button? Okay.
Like this Minecraft is really big, right? So what you need to do is just go to image, and you have scale image. Like you scale it to 500, and now you just scale it to a small size. After you scale, you are going to, you can overwrite, click on file and overwrite, or export as whatever you want. You just you might just overwrite, or you might export to save as, or no, just export as to somewhere. Or of course, like what I did here is just overwrite my Minecraft image, and it will be very small. So you can use this tool to resize your image, right? Or if you like Photoshop, which I don't have the license, so I am not showing you how to do the Photoshop. But GITHUB is free, and can almost do the same thing like Photoshop. So that's why I use GITHUB all the time. Or you can use Pencil 2D or Paint. There's another one in Windows. You can do Paint. Okay. So yeah, once again, the class is going to be end, and once again, don't forget to do your practice on the CCC questions. So if you have some problem, you can go to Discord and ask and see if I can have someone to help you out or not. So you can just go past contest.
I think there's like a website with like some of like the answers of the questions.
If you want to look for the answer, they do have their answer, and they like you click on the 2015, like 2015, and they have the solution here. Okay, like 2015, you click on official solutions. So you click on the this link, it will go all the way here, and they put all the solution in this website. For example, if like 2015 J1, and you click on the this link, it will show you the answer, like this answer. But it's a little bit different because they use the open, and you might have a little bit confused about this, because you just open the same input file from here. Open this file and load it. This is pretty much like the input we learned in Python. Okay, but you still can look at this answer and try to figure it out. Like for example, most of the answer are here, and once you have time, you should try. Pretty sure you guys can go up to J3 right now. Probably J4 you have some problem, J5, and I also might have some problem to get a full mark. Like, see, it's long, right? Like this guy, if within 3 hours you have to finish this code, and it might be a lot of challenge. So yeah, but pretty sure you guys can go all the way to J4, and J5 you can get like full half mark, and that's good to go. Okay, so I think that's it for today, and we'll talk to you soon and see you probably after a few weeks. Okay?
Oh, could you give some suggestions to my website?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What's the URL you have?
I'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Okay. Hold on. I can see it. It's in YouTube or? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yep, that looks nice. So yep, I really like this website because it show is everything is in is persistence. It's it looks good. So the first one is the navigation bar, and then we have the menu here about. So yeah, of course it's hello world, and yeah, there's some bar here, right? And it's saying how to get to my source code, and then it have the about. So this about is talking about this website, and also I think Michael just have some yeah, just go here. So I think he can put more about this link, and then he show up his projects, all these projects he had, and algebra, and what he want to put it here. Like for example, he want to put some math question, and also the geometry. All right, I don't know how to spell. And then calculus, Discord, and they're all good. And I also like this icon, and this image is really good. Yeah, that's what we want. And all the links are very good. So yeah, I will definitely put this one in the parents group and see if what they think. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Michael. So again, if you want to, you can put more image in the first home image home page, because people like the image in the home page. And yeah.
Okay.
Yep, awesome. Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Okay, see you in a while.
Yeah. And how about Jordan? And Jordan, did you finish your website?